Hello, beautiful yogis and yoginis. We're here on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I have friends behind me, and we're all ready to rock it with hot yoga. I hope you too. We are gonna plow through 75 minutes of vinyasa in a heated room. So make sure you have water, make sure you have something to wipe your sweat with. And please remember, any donations to Mystic Fitness Yoga Studio is greatly appreciated. We are very thankful for anything we get. So if you have it in your budget, please consider us. Namaste. And with that, we're going to start. So come to a comfortable position on your mat, sitting up. And if you choose to lie down, please be aware that at some point I'm going to ask you to sit up. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Just bring that natural expansion and contraction movement into your body. Sink into that feeling. Drop slowly, slowly into the mat. Let your belly be soft and expanded. And when you contract, try to push every little bit of air out. Inhale, big belly. Exhale, squeeze it all out. Once more. Inhale, big belly. Exhale, squeeze it all out. Come to more natural movement. And take a minute to set your intention for the practice. It might be a big resolution. It might be a small one. Whatever it is, breathe into it. And let it sink into your heart. If you are lying down, push yourself to the side and come back up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center, or maybe open on your thighs to the skies up. Maybe right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly, your choice. And we'll start the practice with the sacred sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale and let it go. Inhale and Om. Open your eyes and smile. What a beautiful day to be awake. And start rolling shoulders back, maybe lowering your hands to your knees, helping them by pushing the knees away, rolling the shoulders back. Maybe the spine comes into a little bit, and breathe through this motion. And once you're done to that direction, switch direction and start rolling those shoulders forward. And grab hold of your knees. Many times it helps contract and bend some of the spine a little bit more. And meet me in the center. Right hand comes down to the floor. Left hand goes up in the sky and bend to the right. Now please remember, this is just the beginning of the class, so do it slightly with compassion. And come back up, switch sides. Stay one breath on this side and flow in between those two movements, trying to keep the chest open by leaving the elbow next to your ear and maybe looking up. Breathe in and out while flowing in between those two movements or two sides. And meet me in the center. Bring the right hand over the left thigh, left hand behind your back, twist to the side. No need to go all the way back. Breathe in and out, straighten your spine, and twist a little bit deeper. Come back to center, switch sides. Left hand over the right thigh, right hand behind you. Twist, straightening your back. Exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. No need to look to the back. And come back to the center. Switch legs. Yoga is all about balancing. To the right, as we did before, bending, and the other. Keep on breathing and flowing in between those two side bends, maybe looking at the ceiling, keeping the chest open, not collapsing forward. And one more time to each side. Meet me in the center. Right hand over the left thigh, twist. This time maybe going a little bit deeper, rolling those shoulders back, straightening from the sitting bones. And bring it back to center, switch sides. Left hand over the right thigh, twist to the right. Breathe. Inhale upwards, exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And release to the back. Grab hold of your knees, roll your back, and lean backwards, tucking the chin in as far as you can without lifting the legs off the ground. Create tension in the lower back. On your inhale, bring yourself forward, leading with the forehead to the ground, then open your head to the ceiling, drop the belly, push with your hands on your knees. So this is a seated variation of cat and cow. Let's go to cat, the same way we came in. Tucking the chin, leaning back, tucking the tailbone in, and creating tension with your hands holding the knees. Come back into cow, leading with the forehead. Open your head to the sky, roll those shoulders back, drop the belly, and push the knees away. One more time. Cat, all the way back. Inhale, cow. Open up to the skies. Bring your hands in front of you and let everything go to the ground. Now, if you are not on the ground, that's fine. This is wonderful. Just walk your hands to a place where you are actually stretching the back. On your next inhale, come on up. Bring the hands in front of you, push yourself forward, come to table. Open your knees a little bit. You may tuck your toes under or not, your choice. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and start circling the hips to one direction. It doesn't matter which one, we're going to do the other one as well. So opening the knees allows us to dig deeper into the hip. So if that is not comfortable for you, you may close the knees and take smaller circles. You can even go deeper by pushing all the way back and then all the way over your wrists, awakening the wrists slowly. And switch directions. I challenge you to tuck your core in while moving. Don't forget the core, always working for us. So one more circle to this direction and meet me in table proper. Tuck your toes under and push your bum bum onto your heels. And as I always say, bum bum is a technical term, you guys. Sit on your heels. This is not comfortable, it should not be. And move, hands up in the air, move your bum bum, technical term, and make that stretch even bigger. Come back to table. Switch the untuck your toes. Switch the directions of your hands so the fingers are pointing to your knees. Yep. And walk the table. I call it walk the table. It's like walking the dog. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Just roll those fingers back and bend your elbows as if you're walking your hands backwards. One more time to each hand. And now bring the fingers to point to the sides of the room and sway over your wrists ever so slightly. Make sure you're not hurting yourself, and if you do, then stop. Now circle over your wrists a little bit to one direction and then to the other. Bring the fingers to point back to the front of the room. Engage all fingers into the mat and lift the wrists off the mat. So you're moving your weight onto the balls of your fingers and then release the wrists. Come back on your bum bum again and give it a shake. Maybe circling to one side and to the other. Very important to awaken the wrist before we go onto downward dog. We don't want injuries. Maybe just circling the wrists. And meet me in table proper. Tuck your toes under and bring your knees to a hover. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the left leg to be straight behind you, toes pointing to the ground. Bring the left leg back. Take the right leg to the back. Straighten it up, doesn't have to go up, but the toes are pointing to the ground. And bring it back. One more time each side. Left, hold it. Breathe, bring it back. Breath, straighten the right, hold it, and bring it back. Release the knees. Push to child pose, untuck your toes. Breathe in and out. Roll your head on your forehead from side to side, releasing the neck. Roll those shoulders back. And breathe. Come back to table. Tuck your toes under. Come to a hover with your knees. Bring the left leg straight to the side on the hover. And bring it back. Bring the right leg straight to a hover to the side. Yep. And bring it back. One more time each side. Left to the left side. Bring it back. Right to the right side. Breathe. Bring it back. Lower the knees. Push back. Child pose. Roll your head from side to side on your forehead. And catch your breath like I'm doing. Come to table proper. Tuck your toes under. And push those hips to the sky. Push the mat away with all fingers. Bend your knees plenty. Your heels are up in the air. Take a moment to get the intention of this pose. Try to bring the belly to your thighs by pushing the mat away and making sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. Say yes and no with your head. Tuck the core in and walk the dog. One heel comes down at a time. Stretch the back of your legs. Stretch the hamstrings, but don't forget not to crunch your shoulders. Let your head hang. Push the mat away with all fingers. And at some point, come to stillness. Again, try in your mind to make sure your belly gets glued to your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend your knees plenty to a hover. Look forward and walk to meet your hands or hop. Forward fold. Let your head hang. Let your belly hang on the thighs. Release your hands to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the right hand to grab hold of your left shin. On your next inhale, left hand goes up to the sky. Bend your right knee, straightening the left one. Inhale, tuck your core in. Exhale, sweep down, bend your left knee. Sweep the hand, and on your next breath, open up again. Exhale, down, and let go. Switch sides. Left hand grabs hold of the right shin. Inhale, right hand goes up to the sky, straightening the right leg this time, bending the left knee. Wonderful twist to the lower back. Come back down, sweep the hands, and bring the hand back up. One breath up, and release. Both knees bent. Let go of your head. Slowly, slowly bring your hands to your thighs. Tuck your tailbone in like we did in cat and come all the way up to a standing position. Open your hands to the front. Tadasana pose, mountain pose. Make sure your glutes are working. Feet hip distance apart. Roll shoulders back. Look a little bit up. Yeah. Circle sweep the hands to the sky with your inhale. Exhale, bend all the way down, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Push the legs to plank. In plank as well, very important that the wrists are under the shoulders. Tuck your core in. Activate your glutes. Open your chest forward. Look forward. Push the mat away. If this is hard, lower your knees. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Everybody lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Tuck your elbows in. Come halfway down. Hold it. Activate glutes. Push back up. Halfway down. Hold it. Push back up. Tuck your elbows in. Halfway down. Activate the glutes. Activate the core. Push back up. Roll those shoulders back. Halfway down. Push back up. And release all the way to the ground. Breathe in and out. Push yourself to table and straight back to child. Breathe in and out. Lower your heart rate. Maybe if you need, grab a drink of water. Maybe release tensions in your wrists by just circling them. And maybe coming up to hero like I did and just warming up the shoulders a little bit more. In any case, 2 more breaths. You see Corina here doing a little bit of a twist to the shoulders. That's a wonderful choice. Ready? Meet me in table proper. Tuck your toes under. Push it up to downward dog. If you need, walk the dog. If not, meet me in stillness. Push that mat away. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your core in. Lower your knees to a hover and bend them. Look forward and stay this time. Stay here. Move those hips from one side to another as if you're a cat and you're about to jump. So one knee goes lower than the other, and then the hips follow. Push the mat away, roll those shoulders back. And now come to stillness, walk or hop to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky, maybe looking at them. Bring them together, exhale, heart center. One breath. Come to that intention of the class. We can work out all the time. The difference in yoga is that we bring that awareness back, that intention. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale all the way down, hinging from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, maybe jumping back to plank. If not, just walk. Inhale, exhale, glutes are completely engaged. Core too. Push the mat away. Look forward, open your chest. You're getting stronger. Halfway down, tucking your elbows in, hold. Push back up. Halfway down, push back up. One more time, down. Untuck your toes. Bring yourself to look up, roll your shoulders up, upward dog. Now my thighs are up in the air. Maybe you can roll from side to side if your lower back is healthy. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Walk the dog. On your next inhale, bring the right leg up in the air. Bend it at the knee, push it back. Now maybe it's in your practice to flip the dog. Maybe. If you are, push those hips up. Come back to three-legged dog. Breathe. Bend the leg to your chest. Bring that back heel up. Roll over your wrists. Do it with control. Flex your foot. Bring it in between your hands. Open the stand a little bit so you're not on a rope. And bring yourself to a hover over the right thigh. Open your hands to the ground and maybe look forward. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale, bend the back knee, stack your body over your thighs. Now this is a very bouncy pose, so bounce. Just enjoy this if you have healthy knees. If not, just stick here. Inhale, exhale, come back to runners. Bring the left hand down to the ground. Open up the right hand to the sky. Now make sure your hips are lower than your shoulders. Maybe if you have a block, put it under your hand. If you don't, maybe tenting your fingers will help. Lower that hip. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Come up to a twist to the right. Great. You guys rock. Inhale, come back to crescent, bending the knees, and bouncy, bouncy. Inhale, exhale, come to runners. Breathe, hold it here for a minute. Frame your front foot, push it back to plank. Hold it here. 3 halfway push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Untuck your toes, upward dog. Inhale, exhale, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Again, if you need a moment to sit down and circle your wrists, then do so. If not, just meet me in downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Bend at the knee and push it back. Maybe flipping the dog. If you are flipping the dog, push that hip, those hips up. The glutes are engaged. That will help your body not collapse into one shoulder. And bring it back to three-legged dogs. Breathe. Bend at the knee and bring it to your chest. Push the back heel up. Round your back. Push forward, flex your foot, and bring it in between your hands. Coming to runners. Keep that hovering over your left thigh. And keep that knee just over the heel. Open your hands, roll those shoulders back. Look forward. You're about to run, ladies. You're about to go forward, no matter what. Bend the back knee, come to crescent. Bouncy, bouncy if you have healthy knees. Inhale, exhale, back to runners. Inhale, exhale, back to crescent. Bouncy, bouncy. And lower the right hand next to your left. Open the left hand to the sky. Make sure your thighs are lower than your shoulders. I am tenting my fingers. If the hand straight up is bad, then bend it and put it on your hip. Engage back leg and push it up to a twist to left. Yep. Push the feet into the mat. Inhale, exhale, come back to crescent. Bouncy, bouncy. Come to runners. Frame the front leg, push it to plank. Plank proper. Engage core, engage glutes. 3 push-ups, halfway down. Half, up, down, up. 3rd time. Down, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And release those knees to the ground. Child pose. Lower your heart rate and I have a trick here. I'm switching to another surgical mask because that one was completely wet. Trades of the profession. All right, bring it back to table. How are we doing, ladies? Everybody good? You're okay? Drink as much as you need, all right? Don't wait for me. Okay, tuck your toes under. Push back up to downward dog. Release your head. Come back to that intention. Still your beating heart. That's a quote from Sting. Take a minute to regroup. Let your head hang. And breathe. On your next inhale, bring the right leg up, bend it, and bring it to the right elbow. Bring the foot to the outside of the right hand. We are in lizard. Now, if this is hard, lower the back knee. You can always lower the back knee. If you need more of a challenge, bring your forearms to the ground. Now, only if you are healthy, you can rotate in circles on your back leg. So move in circles, opening and digging even deeper into the hip. And switch directions. Breathe. This is intense because your core should be engaged like crazy. Excellent. Come to stillness. Bring your palms of your hands to the mat. Bring the right leg back to plank. Push to downward dog. And walk the dog. On your next inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. 1 breath here. Bend it to the left elbow. Breathe. Then bring the foot to the outside of your left hand. Lizard. Again, if you need to lower your knee, please do so. And sometimes we have to regress in order to progress. And I've been saying that. If you need more of a challenge, bring yourself to your forearms and do those circles, pushing from the back heel. So your toes, your right toes, are driving these circles, allowing the hip to open and stretch some more. Come to stillness, push yourself on your palms again, breath, and bring the left leg to plank again, pushing back to downward dog. Walk the dog a little bit. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bend to the chest, bring it in between your hands, setting up to warrior one. So step the back leg a little bit closer and open it up 45 degrees or so to the side. Hips square to the front, and only then bring your body to stack over your hips, bending the front knee. Now guys, if this is not comfortable, for me it's not, I need to adjust. Do so. Excellent. Interlace the fingers behind your back, roll shoulders back, open your chest, open the head up, and humble the warrior. Now here, when you are inside your right leg, make sure your knee is not swaying. Also make sure you can actually lift your hands to the sky and breathe. Release your neck. Push the back leg into the mat. Square the hips to the front. You're still working here. And come back up the same way you came down, lowering the hands to the sacrum, bringing them up to warrior one. Inhale, exhale, open up to warrior two. So the back leg is parallel to the back mat. Open your hands. Your feet are creating a T. Breathe in and out. Come back to that intention. It's very hard in this room. It's hot. And the masks. But we push ourselves forward, right? That's what we do. Flip your front hand. And I call it the front paw. And lean over, reverse the warrior. Left hand can go around your back or just stay on your thigh. Breathe in and out. Legs are still pushing into the mat. And inhale, exhale, come back to warrior two. Whew. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Open left to the sky, side angle. If you need more of a challenge, bring that right hand in front of you. Roll those shoulders back. Open the chest. Look to your hand. Maybe bonding like Corina is doing here behind me. Inhale, exhale. Come back to warrior two. Bring the right leg to be parallel to the left. 5-pointed star. Tuck that tailbone in. Roll those shoulders down. Tuck your chin in. Breathe in. Engage core. Come all the way down, pushing those hips back. Release the hands either to the center, releasing your neck. Take a break here, you guys. Maybe holding your heels Maybe pushing the hairline to the ground, meeting the mat, pulling a little bit with your hands, but just a tiny bit. And if you do that, push those hips up and release the pull. Breathe, bring the hands back to center. Come to halfway lift, so your hands are in front of you, your back is neutral, and toe heel those feet to the width of the mat, more or less, opening the toes to the side of the room or the side of your mat. Bend at the knees and come to a squat. Yogi Squat, you guys. One of the most important things ever. Now, word of advice, if your knees hurt you, then step out of it, bring the legs back in, and then come to squat. Most people can do it, but just a word of advice. Hold it here. The most important part is to elongate the spine. You know what the Chinese people say, you are as old as your spine. You can be 80 and feel 40. Breathe in and out. Push with your elbows. Push those knees to open. And release the hands back to the ground. Make your feet parallel again. Engage core. Open your hands and come back up. Rotate the front leg, the right leg to the front. Come back to warrior two. And cartwheel the back leg and the back hand to meet the front. A little bit of movement here in the hips. If you're not familiar with the Yogi Squat, I recommend doing it at least 5 minutes a day. Maybe when you scroll down your phone, just get down there and do it in a squat. If you can't leave your feet on the ground, then lift your heels. That's fine too. And come to the back of your mat once again. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And walk your hands forward to downward dog. Come to stillness. We'll take a moment here to project the intention into our practice. If you are aware of your intention, that's all you got to do. If you are aware, it's there. Inhale, left leg goes up in the sky or up in the air. Bend it, bring it in between your legs, and set up to warrior one. So the back leg might need to step forward, open up to the side, square your hips, only then come up. Front knee bent. Make sure your hips are square. Inhale, interlace the fingers behind your sacrum, roll those shoulders back, and humble the warrior. Breathe in and out. If you are well adjusted and balanced, lift those hands to the sky, release your neck, but keep on pushing the legs to the mat. Inhale, exhale, make sure your knees not swaying, and come up the same way we came down. Bring the hands over. And let's rotate the back heel to set up to warrior two. And I'm going to switch sides. Warrior two, take a minute. Roll those shoulders back. Tuck the tailbone in. Activate the glutes. Every time we are standing, we activate the glutes. That is a wonderful medicine for lazy glutes, by the way. Flip the front paw and reverse the warrior. Do not move the legs. It's only the upper body that moves. Right hand can come around your back or be here, just hanging. Open your chest by looking to the sky, rolling those shoulders back. Inhale, exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, bring the forearm to your front thigh, open up to side angle with the right hand to the sky. Roll the shoulders back, push the hips forward. Inhale, exhale. Come back to warrior two. Breathe. Switch the front foot, the left one, to be parallel to the right. 5 pointed stars. Bring those heels inside and sit to goddess. Inhale, exhale, stay here, stay here. Hands can do whatever, you guys. You can have them in heart center. You can do a lotus. I like them on my thighs, but that's up to you, yogi's choice. Now, can you push down and tuck that tailbone in? Don't let it suss it out. Now, when you push down, you push the knees open. Don't let them be inside or outside. They are at the same direction as your toes. We're gonna pump, okay? Pumping down 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten back up. Circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, come back to goddess. Okay, make yourself comfortable and bring your right hand down to the center of your body, sweeping it to the left, and then opening it up back to the right. Let's do that again. Let the right hand go down, twist to the left, open up to the right. Excellent. Let's do the same with the left. Drop the left to the ground, sweep it to the right, open it up to the left. One more time. Down, right, open up to the left, and release. Now, the accumulation of both of them. So right hand goes and open up, and straight ahead, the left. If you are familiar with Tai Chi, this is cloud hands. You can straighten your back leg when you're going to the opposite direction. Just play around with it. Breathe. The slower you do it, the better. One more time each side. Look at the palm of your hands when doing it, and release. Straighten those legs up. Toe heel them to a standing position, and shake, shake, shake. For some reason, I don't know what happened to my clock. It's not giving the time anymore. Yeah, thank you. Take a break, water. I'm gonna switch clocks. I must have touched something and just went to run. It kept on saying run. And I'm like, dude, I'm not running. I'm doing hot yoga and mystic fitness. That's enough. All right, we're ready? Excellent. So, standing position at the top of your mat. How are you guys doing? Yeah? Okay, cool. Just come back to the present. Come back to the moment. Makes all the difference to just regroup in between sessions or sections. I say it a lot. It's like music. If you don't have the silence in between the notes have no meaning. You gotta take a break. It's not cheating. And on your next inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, come to chair, hinging from the hips, pushing those hips back. So your knees never go over your toes. Heart center, the hands in heart center. Now wherever you are, wiggle your toes. If you can, you're wonderful. Roll those shoulders back. They have to be higher than your hips. If you're in a good position and you feel comfortable, come down. Again, pushing the hips back. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Circle sweep the hands to the sky. A little bit of a back bend, activating the glutes. Pushing the hands over your head backwards, very gently. And come back to Tadasana, hands in heart center. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, come to chair. Come to chair, sit nicely and comfortably. If you are into challenging yourself, come down. Roll those shoulders back. Tuck your chin in. You can do it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tuck the core in, you guys. In. Exhale, come all the way up. A little bit of a back bend. Activate those glutes. Protect your lower back. Maybe look to the back. And bring it back to heart center. Shift your weight into the right leg. Bend your left. Heart center, hands are in heart center. Bring your left knee up, 90 degrees in front of you. Hold it. Circle your heel a few times just to make sure you are stable. Look at something that is not moving. Bring yourself back to your breath and activate the glutes. Open the leg to the left. If you need the full expression of Raja, grab hold of your big toe and open up to the side. Maybe mudra in the right hand. Bring it back to the front. Push yourself, bend the right leg and push yourself to warrior 3. Hands in heart center or open up to airplane hands, whatever you feel comfortable. Now dial that left hip down. Don't lock the standing knee. Bring it back to the center. Straighten the leg and step forward. Open the back leg to the side. Square the hips, setting up for pyramid pose. Inhale, hinge from the hips, straight back. Push those hips back. Square the hips, go all the way down. Once you can't anymore, bring your hands to the ground and then roll your back to your front leg. Maybe touching with your forehead to the knee. Now keep on squaring those hips. Push them back. And release the same way. Straighten your back, hands to the front. Bring hands to your hips. Engage core. Come all the way up. And bring the back leg to meet the front. Again, circular motions Or maybe, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful. Shaking, maybe hands to the sides. There is research showing that if you have a movement, a little movement like this, or moving your hips in between sequences, your body knows it's a restart button. So your body knows and whoops, comes back, all right? So it's less tiring. And come to stillness, Tadasana. Circle sweep the hands to the sky. Heart center and straight to chair, you guys. Roll those shoulders back. Tuck the core in. I am trembling in my lower abdomen because I'm like, be there with me. Great. Whew. Sit lower if you can and want to. And come back up. A bit of a back bend. Maybe lower this time. Activate glutes, always. And come back to center, heart center. Shift your weight to the left leg. Bring the knee, the right knee this time, 90 degrees or so in front of you. Now, some people prefer the hands on the hips. You can do that. Breathe. Circle your heels. And yes, take the time here to engage everything you have, because this is the foundation to all the balancing poses. Open your knee to the right. Hold it there. Activate the glutes, both legs. Maybe going into Raja. Maybe mudra in the left hand. Look at something that is not moving. My core is still active. Bring it back to the front and push it to Warrior 3. Now, Warrior 3, you want to look at the end of your mat, at the beginning. So you're opening your chest, and you want to lower the right hip down. So toes are pointing to the ground. And yes, my left calf is burning. Bring it back to mama, to the front. One more, straightening the leg, setting up for pyramid. So maybe a shake before, and left leg opens up 45 degrees. Square the hips, hands on your hips. You guys, I'm wet. I'm like drenched. I love it. Hinge from the hips forward, all the way down, squaring the hips. Don't let the left hip go sideways. When you cannot go lower, bring your hands to the ground and then roll your body, your back. Now, don't lock your front knee. Maybe bringing your forehead to the knee. Breathe. Push those hips back. One more breath. And we come out the same way we came in. Straight your back. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage core. Square your hips. And come all the way up. Bring the back leg to meet the front. Yeah. A little bit of circular motion in the hips. Feel the difference? For me, one leg is always easier than the other. That is so normal, you guys. We only seem symmetrical, but we're not. Alrighty. End of the mat, Tadasana pose. Take a minute to come back to the practice. Breathe in and out. Release tension. If you need to drink, please do, all the time. Maybe close your eyes. I'm closing them. activating my glutes. I always do when I stand up. Roll those shoulders back, look forward a little bit up. Create that openness in your chest. Let the intention of your practice shine out, not only in. Open your legs to the width of your mat and bring those heels inside. Come down to squat, opening the knees. 2 more breaths in squat. If this is not available, then please come back up with your heels, whatever floats your boat. And if this is completely not in your practice, then sit on your bum bum. That's fine too, and just open your legs. There is always a modification for you. You do you. Push that tailbone in and extend. Don't collapse into this. Push and be a tall squatter. Bring your hands to the front, in front of you, and release the bum bum as slow as you can to the ground, shooting your legs in front of you. Straight ahead, come to a forward stretch. Yes, you can sigh it out at home. Nobody can hear you. And if you can and want, and it's in your practice, then grab hold of your heels and push down, forearms outside of your shins, pushing into your knees. And release. Bring the right leg, or foot rather, inside of your left thigh. Take the left hand, hug your right leg. Right hand behind you, kickstanding, helping you to straighten up. Push forward, even more forward. And twist. This time, look to the back. Look to the back, roll those shoulders down, engage core, and release. Bring the right leg, as is bent, over the left. Now, I like to put the knees above knees, but some people can't. Any variation will do. I am going forward, rounding my back, grabbing hold of whatever I can. Maybe it's my shin, maybe my heel. Once I'm here, I'm releasing all tension. The only tension I feel is the back, the hamstrings and the back of my legs. Keep that leg in flex. Play with the flex. Maybe to the sides, maybe back and forth. Get to know your body. My chin is on my knee, so I'm kind of relaxed. Just feeling that stretch. And it comes all the way to the lower back, to the left lower back. That's natural. That's actually wonderful. That's exactly what I'm doing. And release. Come all the way up. Release the right leg. And let's take it to the other side. So left foot in the inside of your right thigh. Hug your knee with your right hand. Left hand behind me in a kickstand. Inhale, go up. Exhale, twist. And this time, go all the way back. Maybe you can even bring the elbow to the inside of this contraption. Some people like to push with the elbow onto the thigh. That's an option too. I like hugging the knee. One more time. Twist more. Roll those shoulders back. And release to the center. Bring the left leg over the right thigh. Again, I put knee over knee, and I kind of like make it lie on my thigh, but it's up to you. Yogi's choice. And round yourself forward, keeping the right leg in flex, grabbing hold of whatever you can, and just round your back and release your neck. Breathe. We're here for 3 breaths. And as I said before, get to know your body. Move it. Explore. So I'm moving my right foot from side to side, just wiggling it. Maybe back and forth, flexing more. Oh, that feels so good. I hope you like this stretch. If you don't, as usual, you do you. Release and do a stretch that is good for you. We are all different. And come back up. Move your bum to meet your heels. Point the fingers towards your bum and push the bum as close to your heels as you can. Tuck your elbows in. Yep, bend them and stretch the pectoral muscles and the shoulders. And the way you do it is not by collapsing into it, but by pushing into. Then open your chest and look up. I love this stretch. I don't know why. I hope everybody's enjoying it like I do. After so many downward dogs, this feels wonderful to my shoulders. Push the thighs back to meet the hands. And straighten your legs. Come all the way, almost all the way to the mat. Leave your shoulders rolled. Leave your hands to the side of your body. Your legs can be open or closed together, whatever you feel like. But your shoulders are up in the air. Now the intention of this pose is to glue the lower back to the mat. You know that natural curve we have there? Push the core in. Push it in. And release to the ground. Breathe in and out. One more time. Bring those hands to the side of your body. Roll the shoulders in. Tuck your chin. Look at your navel. Just hold it here. Tuck that lower back into the mat. This is our core, you guys. That's the end, I promise. And release. Breathe in and out. One more set, I promise. One more set. Breathe a few times. You can sit this out as well and just wait in Shavasana. It's up to you. I like to challenge, so I do me, you do you. And come back up. This time, bring the legs up to low boat. So the activation of the core is still the same. I am pushing my lower back into the mat. I'm looking at my navel. Hold it here. Bend your legs into your chest and push them back up. Out, sorry, not up. In and out. In and out. In and out. And release. That's it. You guys, it's wonderful to feel the core working. I feel like a big ball of fire is expanding. Just release everything to the ground. You have worked so hard. Open your hands to a T. Bring your legs to your chest. Drop them to the right, just a twist. If you want, you can sit this out. It's just a stretch to the side of the body. After working out the core, it's essential to open the obelisks. Keep on breathing, you're doing nothing, just the breath is working for you. Make sure your shoulders are on the ground. And bring them back to center, and then to the left. Just enjoy the twisting without the work. And again, as I said before, we always have one side that is so-called better than the other. It's fine. We bring balance through yoga. We don't bring symmetry. It's a different thing. And bring the legs back to center. Hands over your head. Bend and extend your legs a few times, and then release to Shavasana. Now, any way you get to Shavasana is wonderful. I like windshielding my legs just before I lay down on my back. Some people like happy baby. Some people like doing nothing. Again, your choice. Find the place where you can rest. Come back to the breath. You may close your eyes. For the sake of people at home, I don't lower the light. But you can lower the eyes shut. And bring awareness to all those points in your body that are on the ground. Let gravity pull you down. And all you gotta do now is just breathe. Maybe you become aware of your heart beating. Maybe you become aware of a little drop of sweat rolling down your forehead. Maybe you become aware of the heels of your legs digging into the ground. Take your time doing nothing. It is so important to just let go. Hold the space for yourself. And when you are ready, start wiggling your toes. and your fingers. Maybe stretching in stick figure. I love stick figure. Push yourself to one side. Give thanks to this pose of fetal position. And push yourself up to a seated one. Bring your hands to any position you want. And we're going to finish our practice with the sacred sound of Om, as we started. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale, release. Inhale and Om. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day, and people in the studio, I'm grateful. Namaste. Bye, you guys.